So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Wednesday grid. And today I'm enjoying another couple of cases of that Snail black pepper. So delicious and so wonderful. I promise you, if you ever get a chance to get your hands on one of these bottles, grab it. And if you don't have a chance to get one, then make a trip to Bavaria and grab it at the Enotek like I did. Okay, let's hop in our grid, see what we got today. Okay, got it. Okay, everything's good. All right, captain's position. I'm assuming this is going to be at the helm. Knows by heart. Well, so we got 7 letters, so maybe has down. Has down, yeah. Why not? Never getting involved in a land war in Asia. That's from the Princess Bride, yes. What's opposite Finland on the Gulf of Finland? And I do believe that is Estonia. And I'm such a geography nerd. I mean, I'm the guy that just sits around quizzing myself on country flags. It's ridiculous. Weight plus C. Cubs manager. I've got a little question mark here, and I need to check myself. But I'm going to go for a lioness here. And org with the Artemis program. And that, by the way, is amazing. Artemis is, after all, the sister of Apollo. And this is the trip back to the moon. Though, in reality, I think Apollo would be following his sister. I don't know. Just seems like that's what it would be. Okay, and prudent would be wise. Yes, looks like lioness is going to work. Early age garment, which is a great clue because my mind immediately went to like some sort of animal skins or something. You know, I wasn't even thinking about being a toddler or something. Console with a sensor bar and a Wii. I had a Wii on one of my deployments to Iraq. Like I wound up buying it from the people that we were taking over for. I don't think I played it much. I didn't have time, but still. Weight plus C. Common encyclopedia graphic. Well, that's always a map, right? Well, it seems like it's almost always a map of some sort. Weight plus C. Okay, so maybe this is stopwatch. I guess. Items often stored in plastic protectors. Maybe IDs. Professor's realm, of course, is academia. And so far, stopwatch looks like it's working. Person of the year for short. Targets of pull down exercises and brave. I think these are lats. By the way, have you ever heard of ILS? That's called imaginary lat syndrome. It's those guys that are about as big as me, so not very big at all. And they walk around like, they got like their lats are keeping their arms from going down. Don't do that. Be proud of who you are. Oh, good Lord. Let's see. Well, let's just go down here and see what we got. 29 across. Sport that takes place in an octagon for short. And okay, let's think this mixed martial arts. So I guess this must be the UFC. Makes sense, right? Common provider of free Wi-Fi. Yes, every cafe I know of does that. Conductor Zubin. And I think that's, if I remember how to spell it, is it Meta? So I guess person of the year is an alum. Okay. Yep, makes sense. Touch of color. Oh, this is difficult. Because this is 5 letters and it starts with a T and it's either going to be, it's more than likely, in my experience, going to be tinge or tinct. So I know we're going to have an I and an N there, perhaps, unless it's totally wrong here. I guess it could be toned or something, but, and then I don't know what these two are going to be because it's either a GE or a CT. And that's just some crosswordese that I'm passing on to you. I might help you in the future. Entrees. Why, these could be ends, like, introduction to, say, a power broker of some sort or whatnot. Give plus take. Give plus take. Aggressively pro-war. So I'm going to go with hawkish on this one. Not caucus. I was trying to spell out here. Kawasaki or something? This is crazy. So hawk-ish. It's been a long day. And by the way, happy Juneteenth to everyone. It's amazing what this holiday, its history. It's mind-blowing. So I think Captain Kirk was born and raised in Iowa. And imitation could be mock. Remember, it was all the rage back in the late 90s to eat mock duck, which was really just tofu. It was supposed to be duck or something. Kiss plus toe. Maybe this is an attaboy. Dropped behind. Well, it's better than dropping trow. Okay, so I think this is sat, right? To sit, sat. Drummers collections, yes, they like their drum kits. Rocket-shaped frozen treat, and that, I remember these. I remember the ice cream truck coming around with them. Astro Pops, I think. It was red, white, and blue, right? Shaped like a rocket. I mean, yeah. Never ordered one. I always got, if I was going to get anything, just rarely, I didn't even really care about the ice cream. But if I had to have something, it would have been one of those ice cream sandwiches. It's probably the only thing that I would have now if I had to go eat some ice cream. That's what I'd probably want. Miranda writes, reader, maybe a cop, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Popular pop. Well, I think this is Coke. And that's true because it is a very popular drink. And so much so that in a lot of places it doesn't even mean Coca-Cola anymore. It just means, it's just a generic term for brown cola. So, yeah. I think you could say, hey, grab me a Coke at the store in say, Texas, and somebody could bring you back a Dr. Pepper, and you'd be very happy with that decision. Okay, cut and paste. See, I get the stopwatch up top with this little plus sign, but I'm not quite sure I get yet what the theme is. So, Gorilla, who was said to have developed the vocabulary of a 3-year-old human, I think that was Coco, was very impressive, between 90 and 100. Normal speed limit here in Germany. But I think this is probably hot. I've been in Europe for so long now, I don't even think in terms of Fahrenheit anymore. Just think in terms of centigrade. Today I think we had a high here in Bavaria for 24 grad. And I don't know what that, let me see, 24 and 24, so that 48 plus 30 is about 78 degrees. So it's been a beautiful day. No step. Airplane wing warning. Okay. Uses a straw. Yeah, well. Sucks. Cut and paste. Well, we got chop here, so I'm going to go with stick on that, right? Yeah, why not? FedEx competitor, clearly probably UPS here. Fiddler on the roof setting, and I would have, if I didn't have this, I would have written in a shtetl to start, but it was set in Russia, so. If I were a rich man, let's see. What a fixer-upper home needs casually, and I'm thinking this is probably some tender love and care. Got a pretty easy grid today, but this the theme is not just coming out at me just yet. Gather maybe to reap. Gap filler, spackle, though in Texas we always called it spackling. Ultra fastidious, okay, anal, maybe. Confucian philosophy is clearly now Tao. Enemy of Hop-a-thumb, and let's see, ogre. And caboose. Oh. Ooh. It's either going to be the tail car or a rail car, right? We gotta figure that out. Blows it. Not in motion. Resting. So I'm going to put airs here, though it seems like blows it is a lot more tragic sounding than just making an error. But I guess we'll go with a rail car. Because, yeah, that tail car could have hung me up too, and I don't need that today. No, and let's try to clean up one of these corners here. This is kind of lopsided how we've gone from the northwest to the southeast. Let's try to clean this up. Fixer-uppers of a sort. That of a sort is, it can be equivalent to a question mark, which means it could be anything. So I'm not even going to try this just yet. I'm going to get some crosses. Degrees from Northwestern's Kellogg School, and I do believe that's a business management school. So I'm just going to go with MBAs on this one. Alveolus, for example, and this is a sac by definition, but good guess for a single letter in a cryptogram. Well, maybe an and something. What it is, top flight destination. I guess that could be an attic, and so therefore a good letter would be NI. Okay, all right, that works for me. Animal life, fauna, remote possibilities, buttons, and yeah, see, we've got tinked here. Well, tinge would have fit in there just perfectly, though, so good thing we kind of did that. Fixer-uppers of a sort. Yeah, see, my mind immediately went to like some house that's leaning, it's the roof is crashed in or something, you can get it for steel. It's in the greatest location. It's a wonderful neighborhood, kind of a thing. Thinking fixer-upper. No, I think we've got matchmakers here. And I like that. That's clever. That's good. Big name in sports betting. Well, if DraftKings don't fit, then we can always go with FanDuel. And let's see, give plus take, maybe hand hold, RX writers, abbreviation is probably going to be doctors, but it could be DOs. Let's see what we got here. Abolitionist Senator Charles, and that's Sumner. So these are doctors. Moves gingerly. Eases, and To Kill a Mockingbird writer, Harper Lee, very nice. Okay. Kiss plus tell, maybe smack talk. All right, it's starting to come around now. Okay, creatures that kill Laocoon in the Aeneid. Creatures that kill Laocoon in the Aeneid, and I think these are sea serpents. And I think it also killed his sons. Laocoon was a priest in the Aeneid, wasn't he? I think. It's been a while. Evening stroll from the Spanish. I think this is probably a paseo. Faux pas, or as some of my more egregiously reprobacious friends would say, foxpaw. And symbols of humble beginnings. Probably acorns. Let's see. Wounded Knee site for short. Do you see it in there? I'm saying Wounded Knee. It just dawned on me that knee wasn't capitalized, right? Which is what led me to ACL. Because otherwise, I was like, where was the Battle of Wounded Knee? Custer. My mind goes to the obvious hard part instead of just focusing on the anterior cruciate ligament, right? Very common knee injury, especially for athletes. Symbols of humble beginnings. I guess we're talking about acorns. Yes, that's what I thought. And times to get back to work. For most people, I think these are Mondays, unless you're an American hairdresser. Then you always get Sundays and Mondays off, it seems. If I was only able to have one wine the rest of my life, Xword, black pepper, I would just cling to it. It'd be just fine with me. Hit and run, maybe slapdash. The S of, University, California, San Diego. Actor Reeves, Keanu. Very wet. How about soaking? And like Rudolph's nose. Had a very shiny nose, didn't he? And if you ever saw it, you even say it glows. Keep close to, maybe a hug. Big name in ketchup. Oh gosh, I'm glad that I didn't. I had this to start with because I would have just put Heinz in there and it would have fit, and I'd have been wrong. Hunt's, very good. Steady as she goes, and no for vegans. Oh, that's unfortunately. I love eggs. So, how did we do, Bob? Okay, 14:52. This is not a terrible way to spend a Wednesday afternoon, winding down with me here and our fantastic community. But this was a fabulous puzzle. It really was. It was a typical Wednesday gate, not quite a trot, but it was nice. We just kind of made our way through it. And really, the only thing we stopped to do is just jaw jack, right? Because I've always got something to say. But it was a fantastic puzzle. It was great. It had a couple of mentions, that kind of hinted at the holiday. But otherwise, just a great puzzle, very clean, not a whole lot of the inelegant stuff, the inelegant fillers. I thought it was fantastic. So, very nice. I'm hoping that we have another one like this again soon. Maybe a that bit harder, but let's see you on Thursday when we come back. And in the meantime, I wanted to throw a special shout out to several of y'all out there. I've got some folks that watch and comment that are actually they're grid solvers themselves and do fabulous stuff. But to a young viewer up in the UK, I think it's Imagination 8061. Really profoundly inquisitive, and you can just tell, beautifully brained individual, like everyone. Keep that curiosity going and question everything, right? And I say that to everyone. Shout out to the folks out in Turkey. We've got a couple of viewers in Turkey now, and of course, Northern Macedonia, Southeast Asia, up in Ireland, and so on and so forth. Just all over the place. Australia, I get quite a few comments from Alex Wilder. People just reaching out to me and talking to me. But the Packham man, that's to him out there. Working through his grids and whatnot and posting his times, I think that's fabulous. So to all of you, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, helping me to wake up and greet the day with just amazing stories and notes and some criticisms too, which I am more than welcome to. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. From the very bottom of my already overflowing, pumping muscle here that we metaphorically refer to as the feeling base. And I like that. Thank you. Until tomorrow, when we will meet again for the mini and for the big grid. Auf Wiedersehen. Servus. Grüß Gott. Tschüss. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Take care. Be well.